Hello and welcome to a Very Explosion Network Christmas, our podcast dedicated to the merriest of holidays, the festive season with films about Santa, snow, or being left home alone, time of year we all come together, leave milk and cookies out for a man who's breaking into our homes. I'm your host, Asher Hobley, and helping me grow my heart 3 sizes of Christmas cheer is Dylan Black.
Ho, ho, ho.
Sure. Alright, today we're talking about one of the big Christmas movie releases of 2024, Red 1. Yay!
Yay! Sorry, I didn't know.
No, it's crazy because we've known about this one for a while. I feel like it was like maybe even last year. We're like, oh, this is one of the ones we know will be out next year.
Mm-hmm.
One with Dwayne the Rock Johnson. So yeah, let's just jump into it. Please be aware we'll be freely discussing anything and everything about the plot themes and ending of the movie. So if you haven't watched it, come back later. It is, of course, playing at cinemas everywhere. I want to say.
Sure.
Actually, everywhere in the world. So yeah. Let's jump into our discussion of Red 1.
Red 1 is on the move.
Evening, ladies. What are you so excited about? Of course, your boyfriend's here.
Okay. Who's with Red?
Reach!
Someone took Nick. We're gonna find him.
I'm bringing in Jack O'Malley. He's probably the best tracker in the world.
The guy's a legend.
What am I doing here?
Last night, Red One, also known as St. Nicholas of Myra, was abducted from the North Pole complex.
Are you saying Santa Claus has been kidnapped?
Directed by Jake Kasdan, written by Chris Morgan, starring Dwayne Johnson, Chris Evans, Lucy Liu, Kiernan, Shipka, Bonnie Hunt, Nick Kroll, Kristofer, Hivju, Wesley, Kimmel, and J.K. Simmons. When a villain kidnaps Santa Claus from the North Pole, an E.L.F, extremely large and formidable, operative, joins forces with the world's most accomplished tracker to find him and save Christmas. Dylan, is Red 1 a Christmas present, a stocking stuffer, or a lump of coal?
It is a big lump of coal.
Wow. Do you want to elaborate on that?
No. Yeah. I don't understand who the audience for this movie is. It is not a kids movie because has like too many like adult jokes and also it's like a bit over 2 hours and stuff. So it's not for young kids. But then I don't think it's for teenagers or anything as well because it's quite corny at times and a little bit silly. And it doesn't sort of fit into that crowd. And it's definitely not for adults. I'm just very confused who the audience is. You have The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson playing Dwayne The Rock Johnson in the most atypical Dwayne The Rock Johnson performance he's phoned in since forever, which doesn't surprise me because this is a film that all those reports came out where he was late to set, all this sort of stuff, even though apparently that's why Vin Diesel sucks. So unprofessional. All right, Mr. Guy.
There's peeing jars everywhere.
Yeah, sure. It's written by the Fast and Furious guy, Chris Morgan, which should
Yeah, it becomes very apparent for you.
Yeah. The CGI is like fine, I guess, but then also like the end of the I was like at the end of this movie I'm watching, I'm like, it's just like so now we're doing a massive CGI fight. It's a Christmas movie. What am I takeaway here? Like it just feels like it's just meant to be. It's like a setup for a franchise, not potentially built around Christmas, but Lucy Liu's like whatever her agency thing is about, like things that don't exist.
Mora.
Yeah,
Mythical Oversight and Restoration Authority.
I was so bored. This is the biggest example of just money thrown at the screen, bunch of people phoning it in. The best person in this movie is Kieran Shipka. I think she's at least looks to be having some fun at times and like sort of playing into the silliness of a character. I thought as the witch, there's a couple of line deliveries where I'm like, that was nearly bad, but also it feels like it's sort of perfect for this stupid character. But yeah, I mean, it was originally supposed to go straight to Prime Video. Somehow on the cinema screens now, Yeah, Kroll.
Would you be more forgiving of this movie if it had come straight to Prime Video?
No, it would still be shit. Doesn't help a movie not be shit. I think the movie could be better if it didn't have The Rock in it. I think he's the worst part of the movie, honestly. And I get that his character's meant to be this, like he's the straight bodyguard type thing. But I think he's done that type of character so much that it's just so boring to watch him do that role now and add absolutely nothing to it and seem to have no fun with it. And his whole arc in the movie is just by the end, he's like, wait, there's a little kid inside all of us, I was like this. Like, I mean, like, Chris Evans is fine. I don't think he's great. Like, I don't think he seems to at least be, I don't know, like he's got a little bit of some like personality at least to his character and stuff. And he gets the arc with his kid, which is a lot more interesting than anything else in this movie. But yeah, I think you take The Rock out, replacing him with someone else, still trying to do the same sort of character, but at least adding something to it, and maybe the movie is a little bit better.
I'm going to say it's a stocking stuffer. I had an enjoyable enough time. I think there's interesting ideas introduced, and fun takes. I think Chris Evans is pretty solid. Like, I mean, it definitely, this role reminded me most of his performance in The Losers, I guess, like that era of his career. It was like, it felt like he was playing that role a lot in these kind of action movies of like the dweeby.
He's gone
tech
back
guy.
to them a lot post
Captain America. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess when you play the most macho, like heroic, good guy ever, it's like where do you go from there? So, let's talk about it. Let's like address the elephant in the room. Buff Santa.
Oh my
What
God,
a take.
Also, there was like the scene where him and like the
Dwayne of working out. I'm sure that
went on for so fucking long. That I was like, yeah, I understand. He produced the movie. It's written by the.
It's like, oh, okay, yeah, this makes sense.
Yeah,
it's like,
cool,
yeah,
awesome.
of course, Santa's going to be.
But I'm also like, again, I'm watching that scene, going, what are we doing here? Like I.
Listen, J.K. Simmons worked out super hard for his role as Commissioner Gordon, and nobody got to see it. So now he finally gets to show off them guns, show off their biceps,
I mean,
show off
look
their
good,
strength. Yeah,
but,
and then you just sleep for half the movie.
Yeah. That scene went for so long. Like,
it's like, let's have a sheet.
It went for long enough for me to zone out and just literally think to myself, it was produced by The Rock. It's written by Chris Morgan. Like, literally sort of roll my head in the back of my eye. I don't like Fast and Furious. Again, let's just clarify. I'm the Fast and Furious guy. I think there's a time and a place. This ain't
Wasn't this? You weren't super excited about the car sequence, like driving through and The Rock jumping all over the place over these over these delivery mechanisms through the North Pole.
Because I can tell you what, this film is not about family. I don't know what it's about.
It was kind of about family, about accepting family, realizing you need to be there.
I think the morals of this movie is very similar to what like religion teaches you, because they have like 20 something years of like issues between, or whatever, however old the kid is, 16 years of issues between them, and all he does is turn around and go, I'm being a shit father. Whoa, everything's fine.
I thought it was helping you by not being around.
Yeah. It's like going to fucking confession and being like, I murdered someone, but yeah, thank you for telling me, like you're forgiven of your sins.
I love that his origin story is, I'm just a really good tracker, I tracked down all these presents.
Yeah, I tracked down the presents in the house.
But the one man I could never track down was my father. And then Mark Evan Jackson coming in and trying to explain why Santa is still real.
Yeah, why was he? Also, I'm like, come on, dude.
Because
you need to do that role. You need to do that role.
He's a good dude. He deserves to keep working.
Sure.
You know, we get the idea that every single toy shop is connected.
Cool.
You know,
Again, like this is what I mean. Where I'm struggling to understand his movie for. It's like the joke is like, I want a Wonder Woman figure. I'm like, it's just like such dude bro.
I
humor.
do think there is this. The tone of this movie is all over the place. I don't know if your cinema was like mine. When I went, they were playing kids' movie trailers beforehand, so clearly they believe this movie
The
is
movie's
aimed
kids,
at
but he's like
families.
making like, I want Wonder Woman jokes, and then like they go to the.
There's
thing
a
and
fair amount of swearing as well.
There's a lot of swearing, and then there's like the scene where he's like eyeing off all the girls. Like, and again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with like checking out a girl's ass at a fucking like without being ultra pervy about it. But like in this sort of context, I was a bit like, I don't know, it feels weird. You know, I came to watch a Christmas movie, and again, I understand that you'll be like, yeah, but dude, you watch horror Christmas movies. I guarantee when I sit down to watch any of those horror Christmas movies, I know what the fuck I'm in for, and it's definitely not a kids movie. I sat down to watch this. I thought this was meant to be a family movie, and I was very tonally confused.
Were you totally confused when they decided, the main suspect is the main person we need to track down, Krampus?
I mean,
I completely forgot he was in this movie. I
did
know
not
we watched
who-
the trailer.
I completely forgot too because it happened. But the thing that confused me the most is that like they're like Nicholas's brother, who doesn't have a real name, Krampus. Like, but then they like never want to say it again. They're like
Krampus. He's
But then why is it-
adopted. Yeah.
But there was a Vincent Vaughn. Was it Fred Claus? All right, that was a shit movie. It's better than this, and like that deals with the brother of Santa Claus. There's my relation. That's what I was thinking about watching this. I went at some stage watching this. I went, Fred Claus. Oh shit. Watch that again though.
Yeah. You didn't enjoy Krampus in this movie?
No, not really. It was sort of like too tame. Don't put Krampus in a movie unless he's actually going to kill someone.
His punishment days are behind him.
No, just
he punished all those
I'll tell
children
you
in
what,
the 1600s. And
the best thing about Krampus in this is his sleigh was cool.
it was pretty cool.
I know what it was saying, but
These hellhounds chasing that chicken.
yeah, that was all right. But yeah, I mean, Krampus, slap us or whatever. I'm like, to fucking bite a head off someone, like I don't know.
He did slap the shit out of them.
It's true. I wonder how much they had to pay The Rock to have him like
To take
lose
that
a
hit?
fight. Yeah,
Well, he got to win, I guess, technically. So
yeah. So maybe that's why. But
that's
like,
why. But
you know.
just the seeing the hand on the Rock's head, like that was pretty cool.
You ever got to my lead? But I haven't brought up the thing that really made me angry yet, and I'm waiting to see if you figured out what it is. If you get to it, there is a part in this where I nearly like groaned in my seat at how much I hated it.
Is it the well? Obviously, we get at one point it's revealed that the main villain is Grella, the Christmas witch. You know, which is a far turn from the Christmas witch and the Santa Clauses that we watched the last couple of seasons of. Very different Christmas witch. Her big plan is she's going to put all the naughty list people inside these snow globes and then keep them in prison forever. And where is she doing this? Santa's original workshop. Is that?
It was a real twist.
I mean, it certainly wasn't foreshadowed by.
After they foreshadowed it with that random scene at the start of the movie, I could have never guessed, Ash. It really was like, that is a random scene, but I'm sure that will never come back at any point in this movie. Let me move on with my life.
But that's not the ground-worthy thing.
No. Do you want me to tell you?
Is it her sons being all
no
shapeshifters and shapeshifting everybody?
No.
Was it Krampus coming to save the day at the end?
No.
Oh, was it the power of love and forgiveness breaking him out of?
No.
Was it Nick Kroll?
No.
I don't know. Is it the constant mentions of jazz band?
No.
Which I've never heard of before.
No.
It's just jazz. You're just playing jazz.
It is the atrocity I witnessed in a combination of just how dumb it is to have this actor do it and how terrible I think the special effect was done of him fucking shrinking like Ant-Man, running along and then punching people in the dick, I thought was the dumbest thing I think I had. There is like, I can't wait till someone fucking, when this comes out in VOD, I guarantee there's going to be a 3-second clip of him like zooming down to small mode and then punching that dude in the dick, going around on the internet, because it is the dumbest thing I have seen all year. It looks terrible. I hated it. Every time he did it in the movie, clip his fucking heels like he wants to return home. Get the hell out of here.
It's got to use superpowers, you know. It's because Santa gets the same thing. How'd you feel about the Santa delivering present sequences then?
Whatever. By that point, I was.
You were
I had my
so
bag
zoned
in
out.
my-
You're
yeah,
like,
I
you
was
don't
like-
care. Fuck this
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
I thought it was fun, you know. This crazy, over the top, like, operation of them swapping out presents all over the country and like all over the globe. Him diving through rooms and the presents like expanding and like, I guess trying to explain in a rational way why Santa could, how Santa could possibly
I'm
be.
trying to explain Santa.
real.
The problem with Santa Claus
w-
movies is they always try to explain some like rationality of it.
Yeah. The other thing I enjoyed about this take on Santa was the idea that Santa is treated like the president. Especially at the opening where like he wants to go.
I'll be honest, I did enjoy the opening sequence, like with him at the mall and then like that little stuff and then going to the army base and stuff. I did enjoy that. For a split second, I was on board with this movie.
It's like, man, wouldn't that guy make a great president? Santa Claus, you know?
J.K. Simmons? Oh,
J.K. Simmons would also be a ugly better fit than what you got now. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting take because, like, you know, here's Red One, which makes sense in hindsight, like the direction they would take given the title of the movie, of him being treated like the president.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's fine. It is very much a forgettable movie. It's, you know, it hits. It's an action take of all the other crappy Netflix Christmas movies we end up watching every year. You know, will I ever want to watch this again? Probably not.
What do you reckon? Side note: if I was to ask you now, what recent memory? What is the last Christmas movie that's come out, like a new one, like around this time that you were like, I could watch that again? I have an answer to this.
Maybe Violet Night.
Correct. That's my answer to it.
Yeah.
I could watch that now. I could rewatch that for this holiday season. Maybe I will, but I could rewatch that, and I reckon I could have fun with it.
Yeah.
I think I've already watched it twice, actually. I watched it at cinema and I watched it again last year, I think. So, new classic.
Yeah.
New Christmas classic. It's not often. Quite often we get these November, December holiday.
Cash in because it's a holiday thing, yeah.
Yeah, there's at least one in the cinema, right? And mostly they're
mediocre.
I just forget about it. I never watch any of them again.
Mm-hmm.
And they come out on like VOD in April anyway. And you're like,
so this is dumb.
Yeah.
This is the time where you do the quick turnaround to VOD.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is on. Like, they're putting this out in November. I wouldn't be surprised if that's so they can just put it out in a couple of weeks.
Even like the week before Christmas.
Yeah. That's what I'm presuming, yeah.
So, yeah. All right, let us know what you thought of Red One by going to explosionnetwork.com/Twitter or jump into a Discord at explosionnetwork.com/Discord. If you want to help us out here at a very Explosion Network Christmas, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or on Podchaser, or leave us 5 stars. I think we leave 5 stars. Or just tell people about the show. And if you've enjoyed this episode, Thor's worth $1, head on over to our Ko-fi page at explosionnetwork.com/support. Thank you very much for listening. Until next time, remember, Santa hates macaroons.
I hate Santa.
Whoa. It's going to color the rest of the season.
Put me on the naughty list, you fuck. Look,
Oh,
I
just-
feel like people tune into this Christmas podcast. They're like, "Is this a Christmas podcast for kids or adults?" It's for adults. Let me clarify. Clip this out to clarify. A Very Explosion Out with Christmas is for adults. I understand sometimes we're talking about kids' movies on here. It's for adults. Thank you.